Let's just wait for another 2 minutes. Maybe some more are coming. Okay, so let's just start this session. Good morning to one and all. I'm Vishal Singh, pursuing BTech in Electrical Engineering from GLA University, Mathura. So first of all, I hope you all are safe at your house and doing great job here. As you all know, this pandemic has been become very vast and worse for us. So, as you all know, that today we are here so that we can actually, it's not a career counseling, it's just a general thing about that what engineering is and what is all about. So, let's start. So, my first question is to everyone that how many of you actually know what is the meaning of engineering? Just raise your hand if anyone know, so I can unmute you and you can answer, or just text chat me on the chat box that if anyone knows what engineering is. Okay, Tanish Goyal has raised his hand. Okay, I'm unmuting you. Yes, Tanish, you are unmuted. Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, Vishal, you are audible, and I would like to request you to proceed because I think Tanish will not respond.
No, I think he is not unmuting himself. You can try to unmute him.
Let's start with the topic. Just lead.
Okay, so what engineering is? So let me just continue to this topic. What engineering is? Analysis of real life problem and giving a real life solution, economically and environmentally. I hope you all understand this, or I need to elaborate this? Engineering. Uh, am I audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tanish, you are here. So, hello. Would you like to give some view on what engineering is?
Sir, engineering is all about designing and building the economic and real world.
सॉरी बिल्डिंग एंड डिजाइनिंग रियल वर्ल्ड ये कुछ थोड़ा अजीब सा नहीं साउंड कर रहा आपको? ओके ठीक है, मैं बता देता हूँ, मैं ही बता देता हूँ. तो इंजीनियरिंग एक्चुअली में क्या है कि जो भी हमारी रियल लाइफ प्रॉब्लम होती है उसका हम एक रियल लाइफ प्रैक्टिकल सॉल्यूशन जब हम बताते हैं और एक चीज हमें हमेशा ध्यान रखनी होती है कि उससे हमारी इकोनॉमिक और एनवायरनमेंट को कभी नुकसान नहीं होना चाहिए. वो
Yes,
इंजीनियरिंग
sir.
किसी काम की नहीं है जो कि हमारे इकोनॉमी और एनवायरनमेंट दोनों को ही हार्म करे। ऐसी इंजीनियरिंग का कोई फायदा नहीं। अब तुम कुछ एक ऐसी चीज डिजाइन कर लो जिसका कॉस्ट प्राइस तो इतना ज्यादा है लेकिन उसका सेलिंग प्राइस बिल्कुल कम है, तो वो तुम्हारे लिए प्रॉफिटेबल ही नहीं होगी, वो किसी काम की ही नहीं होगी। तो इंजीनियरिंग सिर्फ यही है, रियल लाइफ प्रॉब्लम का एक रियल लाइफ सॉल्यूशन होना, जिस इकोनॉमिकली हो और एनवायरमेंटली हो। ओके, तो इंजीनियरिंग सिर्फ ये नहीं है, इंजीनियरिंग के 4 मूल मंत्र भी होते हैं जो कि हमें बताए गए हैं, वो मैं तुम्हें बताना चाहता हूँ। सबसे पहला होता है अध्ययन। अध्ययन का मतलब होता है किसी भी चीज के बारे में जानकारी होना, किसी भी चीज की तुम्हें नॉलेज होना। सबसे पहला काम होता है कि तुम्हें कोई भी अगर प्रॉब्लम मिले, तुम्हें उसकी जानकारी होनी चाहिए, तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि वो प्रॉब्लम क्या है, तुम किस प्रॉब्लम को फेस कर रहे हो। नेक्स्ट वन इज मनन। मनन का मतलब होता है मन ही मन दोहराना। तुम्हें एक प्रॉब्लम पता चल गई है, तुम्हें उसका सॉल्यूशन पहले दोहराते जाना है। मन ही मन तुम्हें उस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में सोचना है कि वो प्रॉब्लम है क्या, उसका सॉल्यूशन क्या हो सकता है, तुम्हें वो मन ही मन दोहराना है। फिर होता है चिंतन, उस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में चिंता करना, सोचना, उस प्रॉब्लम का एक सॉल्यूशन निकालना। नेक्स्ट वन इज अभिव्यक्ति। अभिव्यक्ति का मतलब होता है किसी भी चीज का एक प्रैक्टिकल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। और सबसे पहला सवाल, फिर उसके बाद ये आता है नेक्स्ट सवाल कि वाई इंजीनियरिंग, इंजीनियरिंग ही क्यों। ऐसा नहीं है कि और भी कोर्सेज या कुछ में कोई दिक्कत है, सब अच्छी है, लेकिन एक होता है ना कि इंजीनियरिंग इंजीनियरिंग इंजीनियरिंग, आखिर क्यों लोग कहते हैं कि यार इंजीनियरिंग करनी है या इंजीनियरिंग ही करनी है। तो ये एक एल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन का एक कोट है जिसमें मुझे लगता है कि आपको आपका सबसे अच्छा जवाब मिलेगा। साइंटिस्ट इन्वेस्टिगेट दैट विच ऑलरेडी इज, इंजीनियर्स क्रिएट दैट विच हैज नेवर बीन। इसका सीधा सा मतलब है कि साइंटिस्ट और इंजीनियर में सिर्फ इतना ही फर्क है कि साइंटिस्ट इन्वेस्टिगेट करता है और इंजीनियर बनाता है। इंजीनियर जो चीज सोचता है वो बना सकता है। नथिंग इज इम्पॉसिबल, only the thing is impossible is that we don't have any solution। कोई चीज तब तक ही इम्पॉसिबल है जब तक हमारे पास उसका कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं है। अगर कोई चीज, किसी भी चीज का हमें सॉल्यूशन मिल जाएगा तो वो चीज इम्पॉसिबल रहेगी ही नहीं। जैसे मैं एक एग्जांपल लेता हूँ आपके पास, कि हमें ये पता है कि हम मिल्क से कर्ड बना सकते हैं, बट कर्ड से हम मिल्क कभी नहीं बना सकते। ये कभी नहीं सिर्फ इसलिए कभी नहीं है क्योंकि अभी तक हमें पता नहीं है कि वो हम कैसे कर सकते हैं। जिस दिन हमें ये चीज पता चल जाएगी कि हम कैसे कर सकते हैं इस चीज को, तो वो चीज इम्पॉसिबल रहेगी ही नहीं। तो वही काम है इंजीनियर्स का, कि इंजीनियर्स क्रिएट करते हैं चीजों को, साइंटिस्ट इन्वेस्टिगेट करते हैं। एंड दीज आर द 4 E's ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग। द फर्स्ट वन इज एक्सप्लोर, नॉलेज ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम। तुम्हें किसी भी प्रॉब्लम की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए। तुम कोई भी एक प्रॉब्लम लो तो तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए वो प्रॉब्लम है क्या, उस प्रॉब्लम में है क्या, तुम्हें किस चीज का सॉल्यूशन चाहिए। नेक्स्ट वन इज इवेल्युएट। इवेल्युएशन ऑफ प्रोज एंड कॉन्स। तुम्हें किसी भी चीज के प्रोज पता होने चाहिए, कॉन्स पता होने चाहिए, इसका लाभ क्या होगा, इसके हानि क्या होंगे, वो तुम्हें हमेशा पता होनी चाहिए। इजी, मेकिंग इट फिजिबल। तुम किसी भी प्रॉब्लम का अगर कोई सॉल्यूशन निकाल रहे हो तो वो फिजिबल होना चाहिए, वो इजी होना चाहिए, ताकि वो आम पब्लिक को समझ में आए कि एक्चुअली में जो तुम प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन दे रहे हो वो यूजफुल तो हो। अब तुमने उसका सॉल्यूशन इतना टफ कर दिया है कि वो यूज ही नहीं हो पा रहा, तो तुम्हारी उस सॉल्यूशन का कोई यूजफुल निकल ही नहीं पा रहा है। And next one is enhance. Enhance is the increasing the efficiency. Increasing the efficiency से यहाँ पे मेरा मतलब है, please do not annotate. Adi, just close this annotations. Hello.
Vishal, you just proceed. I will respond to it.
Okay. So enhance, increasing the efficiency. एफिशिएंसी को हमें हमेशा इंक्रीज करनी चाहिए। जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी कहा, कोई भी चीज अगर तुम इतनी महंगी बना दो और उसका आउटपुट तुम्हें कम मिलेगा तो तुम्हारे कभी काम की नहीं रहेगी। तो हमेशा हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हम किसी भी चीज को एफिशिएंट बनाएं और उसकी एफिशिएंसी हमेशा ज्यादा हो। सो इंजीनियरिंग के हमारे पास एन नंबर ऑफ ब्रांचेस है, सबको पता है। और यहाँ पे मैं सिर्फ कुछ जो हमारी टॉप मोस्ट ब्रांचेस है सिर्फ उनको ही डिस्कस करूंगा यहाँ पे। तो सबसे पहले हमारी है सीएसई और कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग। सबको पता है कि कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग और इसे आईटी इंजीनियरिंग भी कहते हैं हम लोग, ये बहुत ही मतलब आज के टाइम पे एकदम पीक पे चल रही है। बट एज इन लॉकडाउन पीरियड और रिसेशन पीरियड सबको पता है कि अभी बिल्कुल ही आईटी का मार्केट पूरा डाउन जा चुका है। बट ये ऐसा नहीं है कि इसका कोई ये डिसएडवांटेज है, बट इसमें ये हमेशा रहता है कि इसमें फ्लक्चुएशन हमेशा हमेशा रहती है कि ये कब अप जाता है कब डाउन जाता है किसी को नहीं पता। So this is about computer science engineering. This is my view about computer science engineering. Next one is electronics and communication. Uh, uh, uh,
You guys are requested to wait for a while because there is some connectivity issue, and we'll be connected soon. Thank you. Just wait for a few minutes. Actually, let's proceed with the engineering technology. What was the main focus of us today in today's webinar? So, what is engineering technology? Engineering technology is the practical application of science and engineering to a wide range of real-world problems. The terms engineer, technologist, and technician are often used interchangeably. However, while considerable overlaps exist between these disciplines, there are clear distinctions between them. In theory and practice, engineering and engineering technology share a common foundation of knowledge in math, science, engineering, and design principles. During the engineering process, an engineer assumes responsibility for the research, analysis, design, and development of a project. The engineer's skills are largely conceptual, requiring an understanding of complex math, science, and the fundamental principles of physical design. Engineering technology may be described as the practical applications arm of engineering. Once a project engineer has determined that an idea is theoretically feasible within the parameters observed in the physical world, the main task of the technologist is to translate the engineer's idea into practical reality. To apply engineering principles in a tangible real-world manner, the technologist typically performs a number of tasks related to testing, evaluation, and production and technical analysis. Coming to the future technologies, then we definitely talk about AI. There is virtually no major industry, modern AI, more especially narrow AI, which performs objective functions using data trained models and often falls into the categories of deep learning or machine learning, hasn't already affected. That's especially true in the past few years, as data collection and analysis has ramped up considerably thanks to the robust IoT connectivity. Some sectors are at the start of their AI journey, others are veteran travelers. Both have a long way to go. Regardless, the impact artificial intelligence is having on our present day lives is hard to ignore. Transportation, although it could take a decade or more to perfect them, autonomous cars will one day ferry us from place to place. Then we come on the topic of manufacturing regarding AI. AI powered robots work alongside humans to perform a limited range of tasks like assembly and stacking, and predictive analysis sensors keep equipment running smoothly. Healthcare in the comparatively AI nascent field of healthcare, diseases are more quickly and accurately diagnosed, drug discovery is sped up and streamlined, virtual nursing assistants monitor patients, and big data analysis helps to create a more personalized patient experience. Education. Textbooks are designed with the help of AI. Early stage virtual tutors assist human instructors, and facial analysis gauges the emotions of students to help determine who's struggling or bored, or better tailor the experience to their individual needs. Then we come to the topic media when we will relate it to the artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is all about the future technology that we have. Journalism is harnessing AI too and will continue to benefit from it. Bloomberg uses cyborg technology to help make quick sense of complex financial reports. The Associated Press employs the natural language abilities of automated insights to produce 3,700 earning reports stories per year, nearly 4 times more than in the previous past. How many of you know what is artificial intelligence is? If we talk about artificial intelligence in the energy industry, because if we talk about the modern industry, and of course in the future, the energy industry is all about the future. Artificial intelligence becomes more and more important in the energy industry and is having great potential for the future design of the energy system. Typical areas of application are electricity trading, smart grids, or the sector coupling of electricity, heat, and transport. Artificial intelligence helps make the energy industry more efficient and secure by analyzing and evaluating the data volumes. Artificial intelligence in the power grid, smart grids, and sector coupling. In particular, AI represents in the field of intelligent networking of electricity consumers and generators across sector boundaries. With the increasing decentralization and digitalization of the power grid, it is becoming more difficult to manage the large number of grid participants and keep the grid in balance. This requires evaluating and analyzing a flood of data. Artificial intelligence helps process this data as quickly and efficiently as possible. Smart grids are another area of application. These networks transport not only electricity but also data, especially with an increasing number of volatile power generation plants such as solar and wind. It is becoming more and more important for power generation to reach intelligently to consumption. AI can help evaluate, analyze, and control the data of the various participants, consumers, product producers, storage facilities connected to each other via the grid.
हेलो बस सॉरी मैं नेटवर्क की वजह से मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था सॉरी आधी स्क्रीन शेयर ऑन कर देना मेरी Okay, so we are here on civil engineering. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're
Hello.
also Vishal.
Okay, so एक second, pressure, raw traces and okay. So civil engineering. Engineering क्या है? Civil engineering is designing and manufacturing and maintenance of the natural or it's not natural or anything man-made architecture. It's all about civil engineering. And next one is mechanical engineering. We gear up the world. So as you all know with the tagline, we gear up the world, it's always about moving and moving and moving. Hello. I'm a bit off network.
Vishal, everything is fine. You can proceed.
Yeah. And next one is electrical engineering. We power the world. So as you all know, electricity is the most essential need for human. Electricity is the basic need that is used by all human beings. If you all know that we are connected through this medium or we are chatting through this, we are everywhere surrounded with electricity. As you all know, the fan is working, the light is going on and off, everything, it is all about electrical engineering. So as you all know, there are many branches like CSE, EC, instrumentation engineering, power engineering, radio frequency. But the one thing I assure that you all don't know is that electrical energy is the parent branch of all these energy. Sorry, electrical engineering is the parent branch for all of these engineering. So, okay, Anshika Benwar raised his hand. Okay, I am not able to unmute you. Okay. Aditya, unmute her. She want to ask something, I guess.
Who want to ask question?
Anshika Benwal has raised his hand.
Okay. I think there is a problem with her.
Yeah, there is no
I'm not
mic.
able to unmute her.
Okay,
There's no
so let's.
availability of mic.
ओके तो सबको पता है कि कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन इंजीनियरिंग, इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन इंजीनियरिंग, रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी इंजीनियरिंग, पावर इंजीनियरिंग एंड बहुत सारी ऐसी इंजीनियरिंग है जिसकी पेरेंट ब्रांच हमेशा से ही इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग रही है. ये बहुत ही कम लोगों को पता है कि कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग जैसा टर्म पहले नहीं था, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन जैसा टर्म पहले नहीं था, सिर्फ एक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग ही एक टर्म था. बाद में जब और चीजें मॉडर्नाइजेशन हुआ, एडवांसमेंट हुई, उसके बाद ये दोनों सब ब्रांचेस इलेक्ट्रिकल से ही निकाली गई, जिसमें से सीएसई को और यू कैन से कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग को बिल्कुल ही अलग कर दिया गया इलेक्ट्रिकल से, और ईसीई को अलग कर दिया गया. बट ये हमेशा कनेक्टेड सिर्फ इलेक्ट्रिकल से ही रहती है.
As I was moving so fast, I am sorry for that. And I will keep in mind that I will proceed slowly. And now I would like to discuss about the IoT. So, what is IoT? I know many of you here may know the full form, Internet of Things, but you exactly know what is IoT. Just see, our agenda to make you aware to the technologies which is going to overrule in the future. Doesn't matter from where you will belong, you will have the practical application of all these technologies in your field because technology is something which is running the world. We'll come to course curriculum as well. So let's proceed first with IoT. A thing in the Internet of Things can be a person with a heart monitor implant, a farm animal with a biochip transponder, an automobile that has built-in sensors to alert the driver when the tire pressure is low, or any other natural or man-made object that can be assigned an Internet protocol address like IP address and is able to transfer data over any network. IoT devices are used to monitor and control electronic, electrical, and mechanical systems in homes and buildings in order to improve inconvenience and safety. The task of IoT in this domain includes smart lighting by adapting ambient conditions based switching. The major area where IoT deals with the energy management systems is the smart grid. IoT extends smart grid benefits beyond the automation, distribution, and monitoring being done by the utilities. IoT tasks in the field of electrical energy include advanced metering infrastructure, that is AMI, SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition, smart inverters, remote control operation of energy consuming devices. Have you ever heard about evolution of industry or versions of industry if I talk about? You can see in the slide that we are moving towards the industry X.0. Here I've used the term industry X.0 because the senior principal of essential strategy has given us a theory that numbers doesn't matter. What the matters is the technology we are using to solve the problems and getting the solutions in the new era. Because like if we talk about industry 4.0, the industry 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution encompasses the combination of traditional manufacturing and industrial platforms and practices with the latest smart technology. This primarily focuses on the use of large-scale machine-to-machine communication (M2M) and IoT deployments to provide increased automation, improved communication, and self-monitoring, as well as smart machines that can analyze and diagnose issues without the need of human intervention. And the synonyms for the term Industry 4.0 are Industrial Internet, Connected Enterprise, Smart Manufacturing, Smart Factory, Manufacturing 4.0, Internet of Everything, Internet of Things for manufacturing. Industry 1.0 refers to the first industrial revolution. It is marked by a transition from hand to production methods to machines through the use of steam power and water power. The implementation of new technologies took a long time. So the period which this refers to it is the between 1760 and 1820 or 1840 in Europe and the US. Its effects had consequences on the textile manufacturing, which was first to adopt such changes, as well as iron industry, agriculture, and mining, although it also had societal effects with an ever stronger middle class. It also had an effect on the British industry at the time. If we come to the Industry 2.0, the second industrial revolution, or better known as the technological revolution, is the period between 1870 and 1914. It was made possible with the extensive railroad networks and the telegraph, which allowed for the faster transfer of people and ideas. It also marked by ever more present electricity, which allowed for factory electrification and the modern production line. It is also a period of great economic growth, with an increase in the productivity. However, it caused a surge in the unemployment since many workers were replaced by machines in factories. The third industrial revolution, or we say as Industry 3.0, occurred in the late 20th century after the end of the two big wars as a result of a slowdown with the industrialization and technological advancement compared to the previous periods. It also called digital revolution. The global crisis in 1929 was one of the negative economic developments which had an appearance in many industrialized countries from the first two revolutions. The production of Z1 electrically driven mechanical calculator was the beginning of more advanced digital developments. This continued with the next significant process in the development of communication technologies with the supercomputer. In this process, where there was extensive use of computer and communication technologies in the production process, Machines started to abrogate the need of human power in life. I have a
Aditya, I
yes,
think
Vishal.
someone has query.
Someone
Uh,
has query. They can post their
yeah,
questions, and
yeah,
of course, our team will answer them.
they already posted. So I would like you to just stop here and let me answer this them.
Of course, sure.
Okay, so can you just turn my screen share on?
Let me. Yes, you can, Vishal.
Okay, so wait for this. Okay, so questions किसके थे? Okay, so my slide is visible to all. Hello.
Yes, your slide is visible, Vishal, and I want you to answer these questions.
Okay, so first question is from, let me check. Pranjal, I guess. Yeah, Pranjal, you have a question. What is the advantage and disadvantage in electrical engineering in comparison to other engineering? Okay, so first, let me know you that you all know that it is a core branch, and all we know that there are many advantages of core branches like job availability, job security, job opportunities. Hello. So as you all know that job security is the most essential things for a man, that if you have a job, that we how assured you are that your job is going to last long for the period or not. So core branch offer you job in government sector as well as in private sector, but mostly in government sector the core branches jobs are in good number. So job security is the most important thing which is provided in core branch, and job opportunities. So it is like that. As you all know that in this recession period, the IT sector has gone to downward. Uh, okay, someone has posted something. Okay, so where I was. Okay, PSU. So most of you have listened the term PSU, public sector undertaking, but I think that most of you don't know that what PSU is. PSU, a state-owned enterprise in India, is called a public sector undertaking or a public sector enterprise. Those companies are owned by the Union Government of India or one of the many state or territorial government of both. So, as you all know, by this definition, I think it is clearly understandable that what PSU is. PSU is basically a government organization or a state government and a territorial government organization which provides job in various government sectors. And there are 107 PSUs in India. PSU are categorized in three ways, that is Maharatna, Navratna, and Miniratna. There are 7 Maharatna companies, 17 Navratna companies, and 73 Miniratna companies. And as we move forward, that we know that there are these are the 10 top PSUs in India. The number one is ONGC and number two is IOCL. As you can all know that these top 10 PSUs there are from the top 5 you all know that these companies required electrical engineers in vast number compared to other engineers. And uh, network.
Students, one of you have asked the question that what is the scope of electrical engineering in various sectors. If we talk about the energy sector, the scope of electrical engineering is vast. Actually, the energy sector is all about electrical engineering. If we used to have automation in, we use artificial intelligence, then will definitely require an electrical engineer, because a person with having a core knowledge and of course the automation knowledge can perform very much well as compared to any CS engineer, computer science engineer, or any other branch which is there in the energy engineering sector. But if we talk about an electrical energy sector, which is let me show you one video, which is how AI and different modern technologies are used in the energy sector. Just see this video.
The fourth manufacturing revolution is going to boost industrial productivity by at least 30%. It presents a trillion-dollar opportunity. Tech Mahindra is helping modern enterprises harness the power of artificial intelligence for reducing machine failure, improving quality control, increasing productivity, bringing down the cost of the product substantially, turning your customers into subscribers of new services, creating new opportunities for manufacturers in areas like customer service, maintenance, marketing, logistics, and many more. Powered by unique insights from unstructured data by leveraging our cognitive text extraction engine. Helping manufacturers run smart customer care, smart dealerships, and smart experience centers for the connected customer using Intelio, our in-house chatbot platform. With Tech Mahindra, manufacturers can now offload the risk of several hours of manual effort in inspecting extremely sensitive and high-cost equipment by deploying drone-enabled cognitive inspections. They can now get a dashboard view, providing immediate insights to human supervisors. Through the Acumus Marketplace, Tech Mahindra offers pre-built AI models that link to employees while handpicking the right partners to develop enterprise solutions to transform business operations. Tech Mahindra's engineering team leverages AI with technologies like advanced robotics and 3D printing. We are helping build factories of the future, which are agile, flexible, and capable of operating on customized multi-product requirements. Tech Mahindra's AI-based automation is empowering manufacturers to achieve up to 80% effort savings with higher accuracy. Bring in next-gen manufacturing with Tech Mahindra. Future Rise with Tech Mahindra.
I want you people to watch that video. In this, Tech Mahindra tried to explain what can be the future of industry in power industries and manufacturing industries. So let's move towards our next topic, which is actually the electrical energy or the energy. As you people may know already that today in the modern era, or we can say from the last 2 centuries, the most important thing was energy, and future will be also totally depending upon energy. This is the energy which is all about. If we have energy, we have everything, else nothing. Technologies are either it is about your body or it is about your physical energy resources. So, what is energy? I'm expecting from all of you that who are watching this webinar may be aware of the term energy. So, discussing the major terms in energy sector because future is all about energy. By the way, which type of energy we are talking about? Obviously, the energy can be of different types. The term here we will stick to it is electrical energy. Our life would be unthinkable without the use of electrical energy. The growing utilization of the latter is a decisive prerequisite for rapid development of industry and agriculture. A few examples will show the importance of electrical energy. Thus, electrical lighting is indispensable for working during the dark hours of the day. With increasing industrialization, a growing proportion of electrical energy is used for the lighting of shops, offices, dwellings, and for outdoor lighting. Man is relieved from heavy physical labor by the use of electrical devices. The drive of machines hosting gear and lifts is enabled in a simple form by the electromotor, which is in railway transport, also has the advantage over internal combustion engines. There are many buildings where an air conditioning system, include heating, cooling, and ventilation, is installed for the operation of which electrical energy is required. At higher ambient temperatures, foodstuffs can only be kept for a prolonged period of time in refrigerators or cold storage rooms, which usually are also operated with electrical energy. In industrial countries, the consumption of electrical energy increases by 4% to 7% per year. For this purpose, considerable amounts of primary energy carriers such as coal, petroleum, or natural gas must be provided. All over the world, a reduction of the resources of primary energy carriers take place. At the same time, their prices have been increased continuously. Water power is not in all countries available to a sufficient degree. These are the reasons that job opportunities in the energy sector are increasing day by day for everyone, for every branch. But main role of performing the task is of electrical engineers. Electrical engineers are raising themselves in terms of skill relevant to energy sector. As I already told, future is all about energy. Finally, mention should be made of the fact that electrical energy can be transported conventionally through large distances at low losses. On the other hand, there is disadvantage that electrical energy can be stored only small amounts at high cost. Production and consumption must take place largely at the same time. Our agenda is here to explain how engineering deals with the energy sector, the job opportunities you will find in this sector. Just listen to my each and every word. In my every in my every line, in my every word, you will find a job opportunity in the engineering field. Who says that engineering guys are just sitting at home? Just go and see what the medical engineers are doing. It is all about your thinking, how much you can think, how much you can explore. I'm just taking an example of a sector to explain it to you that now you people have to relate it with all the other branches like computer science related with the programming steps which are involved in energy sector as computer systems are also used. Electronics and communication engineering will relate it to the devices which are used, civil, mechanical, and obviously the electrical, which is playing the most important role here because here all about is electrical energy. So, have you guys ever thought that how does your home get electric power? Just you are sitting in your rooms and just switch on the AC and you are enjoying the coolness in the room. But have you ever thought the electric power used in the air conditioners, where it comes from? Let me explain you. The introductory part, because it is a vast process. You will get the complete details when you are into it. The total process is divided into three regions, that is generation, transmission, and distribution. Generation. The electric power is generated in the power plants at the starting phase. There are different types of power plants. We'll talk on this a few minutes later, and generation 2. Here I will be only discussing the way of electric power from power plants to your home. Electrical current from the generator goes to a transformer which steps up the voltage, or I can say increase the voltage from your better understanding of power being transmitted to 132 kilovolt or more before sending it to the power grid. So what is power grid? From starting, I was discussing the topic of power grid, but none of you have asked the question regarding the power grid. I was just waiting for your question that so that I can answer. But I didn't get the word any question from your side that what is power grid. I think you are much capable to know that what is power grid, or you may not have any interest to know that. But let me explain you that what is power grid. It is an electrical grid. Electric grid or power grid is an interconnected network for delivering electricity from producers to consumers. Have you understand my line? It is an electrical grid or power grid is an interconnected network for delivering electricity from producers to the consumers. At each substation, transformers decrease the electric current voltage to levels that can be used by factories, shopping malls, houses, and other customers. So let's come on the topic of electric power generation. Electricity generation is the process of generating electric power from the sources of the primary energy. So what is primary energy? Is electricity a primary energy? No, electricity is not a primary energy because it is not freely present in nature in remarkable amounts and it must be produced. Primary energy is the energy which is freely present in nature which does not need to be produced. Electrical power generation is the first stage in the delivery of electricity to end users. Just remember my one point. At my every line, you will see a job opportunity in terms of electrical engineer, computer science engineer, civil engineer, and mechanical engineer, and etc. Whatever other branches are there in the engineering field. Production is carried out in power stations, also called the power plants. Electricity is generated at power plant by electromechanical generators. The future is going to be totally depend upon energy sector and especially renewable energy sector. The energy sector is going to be at the topmost position in the future, what we are talking about tomorrow, but it is today that energy sector is at the topmost height in terms of technology. Just imagine what if we are going to merge artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and machine learning in energy sector. We can go up beyond from far away. So I'd like to discuss here one thing that the various sources of energy for power. There are many questions posted, so I'd like to tell you one thing that let us proceed with our wordings, and you will definitely find your all solution and all answers regarding your questions. And definitely, if any query will left, we'll definitely clear it at the end of the session. And we also have our expert faculties and our expert students to answer those questions. Thank you. Various sources of energy for power plants. As you can see on the screen, the various sources of energy for power plants to generate electricity. This is the data of 2018. We can see here that the major contribution of source was coal. Total power generation was around 346,048 megawatt in India in the year 2018. Renewable energy resources played a very important role in this. The whole world is focusing on renewable energy resources that are hydro, wind, geothermal, solar, tidal, wave, and biomass. I'm not going in details because it is not webinar on energy only. It's all about technology because engineering is all about technology. But definitely, I'm going to show you some different kinds of power plants that you can see that how we are raising in terms of energy. Moving towards our next slide, we have thermal power plant. In a thermal power plant, fuels such as coal, oil, or gas is burned in furnace to produce heat energy. This heat is used to change water into steam in the boiler. The drives generator to produce electricity. I will not discuss here much in detail as I have already said that this is not a webinar on energy. I will discuss just 2 to 3 points on every thermal power plant, every power plant that you just get an idea at what every power plant is all about. So I've already discussed the thermal power plant. I would like to proceed towards the hydroelectric power plant. First, I would like to tell you the names, how many power plants we will have. Thermal power plant, hydroelectric power plant, nuclear power plants, geothermal power plants, tidal power plants, and etc. We have many of them. I would like to discuss from the starting just 2 to 3 lines of each, not much, because I've already told the reason. And we have now the hydroelectric power plants. Hydro power plants capture the potential energy of water and convert it into the kinetic energy, which in turn is converted to electricity. I think many of you here have already studied about the power plants in the lower classes because regarding the energy sector, the students used to taught in the environmental studies as well. Then we have, I would like to discuss this power plant, a few points. A turbine converts the kinetic energy of falling water into mechanical energy. Then a generator converts the mechanical energy from the turbine into electrical energy. Then next we have the nuclear power plants. A nuclear power plant is like a thermal power plant in which the heat source is nuclear fusion. Nuclear reaction generates heat, which is used to generate steam that drives a steam turbine connected to a generator that produces electricity. There are 450 nuclear power reactors in the operation all over the world. We have geothermal power plants. Geothermal power plants use steam produced from the reservoirs of hot water found a few miles or more below the Earth's surface to produce electricity. The steam rotates a turbine that activates a generator which produces electricity. There are three types of geothermal power plants. dry steam, fresh steam, and binary cycle. Next, we have tidal power plants. Tidal energy is produced through the use of tidal energy generators. These large underwater turbines are placed in areas with the high tidal movements and are designed to capture the kinetic motion of the ebbing and surging of ocean tides in order to produce electricity. Wind power plants. Large wind turbines consisting of propellers convert wind energy to the electrical energy. As the wind passes the turbine, it moves the blade turbines the plates. The turbine is connected to a generator to generate electricity. Then we have the most important in the today's era, which is solar power plant, which is you can see everywhere. We're having solar panels in every university, in every college, or every any business societies or etc. So, what is solar power plants? Solar power plants is based on the conversion of sunlight into electricity directly using photovoltaics, that is PV. Concentrated solar power plants use lenses, mirrors, and tracking systems to focus a large area of sunlight into a small beam. It can be stored in a battery or to heat water for a thermal power plant. I want you people to see this video. You will definitely get an idea regarding the solar energy, how it works. These are the sunlights which fall on the PV panels and which eject the photoelectrons. Ashish, I would like to request you to entertain the questions which are asked by the participants, and or I will entertain them at the last. Then we have the wave-based power generation. Wave energy is used to generate electricity using generators which harness energy from the surface of the ocean. The energy provided is most often in the desalination plants, power plants. Every output is determined by wave height, wave speed, wavelength, and water density. And we have biomass power plants, the last one which I would like to discuss here because it is also some having more points than usual. Biomass can be converted into electric power through several methods. The most common is direct combustion of biomass material such as agricultural waste or woody materials. Other options include gasification, pyrolysis, and anaerobic digestion. Gasification produces a synthesis gas with usable energy content by heating the biomass with less oxygen than needed for complete combustion. Fuel is stored in a bunker for further transport to the boiler. In the boiler, water is heated to high temperature under pressure. The steam temperature can reach up to 550 degrees centigrade. Steam from the boiler powers the turbine, which is connected to the generator. So let's end with this topic and move towards the engineering course curriculum. But I would like to remember a quote here. Please see on the next slide. Today's resource for a brighter tomorrow. This quote has a deep meaning. Please think about like an engineer. I know you are not an engineer today, but your future goal is to become an engineer. So from today, you have to start thinking like an engineer. According to the engineering course curriculum, different branches have different specifications, skills required, different practical applications. But you know what is common among them? That you need to deal with the real life problems that is all about. Structure is same, but let me inform you one thing. Every branch is interrelated. A mechanical structural engineer need help of both electrical engineer and computer science engineer and vice versa. So taking an example of one branch, I will explain how engineering course curriculum is structured, and your duty is to relate it with the CS, ME, and civil. So basically, I'm from the electrical engineering background. I would like to take electrical engineering as an example. I want to show you people how it is divided into subfields. Every engineering branch is divided into subfields, like electrical engineering is divided into electronics. Yes, it can be said that electrical engineering is the parent branch of electronics and communication engineering. Then we have the digital computers. Although most branches of science and engineering are concerned with primarily with the use of digital computers, electrical engineering, by virtue of its long standing and deep involvement in the information processing technology, has vital concern not only with the use but more important with the conception design. As Vishal already said that electrical engineering is the parent branch of computer science engineering as well. That's why it is said that electrical engineering is a core and evergreen branch. Power engineering. Power engineering, also called the power systems engineering, is a subfield of electrical engineering that deals with the generation, transmission, distribution, and utilization of electric power and the electrical apparatus connected to such systems. Then next we have the telecommunications. Design and install equipment used for transmitting wired phone, cellular cable, and broadband data. Their day-to-day responsibilities can include working with copper on fiber optic cabling, complex networks with switching systems with copper or fiber optic cabling, complex networks, and switching systems. I'd like to show you the next of the engineering branches of electrical engineering because we don't have much time to discuss every other branch. Then we have the actually the control systems, radio frequency engineering, signal processing, instrumentation, and microelectronics. Actually, what are the if we talk with respect to electrical engineering, the following specifications can be in the profession: hardware engineering, power electronics, electromagnetics, wave, microwave engineering, nanotechnology, electrochemistry, renewable energies, mechatronics, electrical material science, and more. Have you guys ever thought that what do electrical engineers do? Let me tell you.
What do electrical engineers do?
Electrical engineers work in the wide range of industries as skills required are variable. They apple the math and physics of electricity, electronics, and electromagnetism to operate small large-scale systems, to process information and transmit energy. To do this, electrical engineers design computers, electronics devices, communication systems, and test devices. What is professional practice? In most countries, a bachelor's degree in engineering represents the first step towards professional certification, and degree program itself is certified by a professional body. After completing a certified degree program, the engineer must satisfy a range of requirements, including work experience requirements, before being certified. Once certified engineer is designated the title of professional engineer in the United States, Canada, and South Africa, the chartered engineer or incorporated engineer in India, Pakistan, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Zimbabwe. Chartered professional engineer in Australia and New Zealand, or European engineer in much of the European region. Professional bodies of the note for electrical engineers include the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers and Institution of Engineering and Technology, that is IET. The IEEE claims to produce the 30% of the world literature in electrical engineering, has over 360,000 members worldwide, and holds over 3,000 conferences annually. The IET publishes 21 journals, has a worldwide membership of over 150,000, and claims to be the largest professional engineering society in Europe. Obsolescence of technical skills is a serious concern for the electrical engineers. Membership and participation in technical societies, regular reviews of the periodics in the field, that a habit of continued learning are therefore essential to maintaining proficiency. In Australia, Canada, and the United States, electrical engineers make up around 0.25% of the labor force. If we talk about mechanical engineering, then we have top international societies like ASME and etc., and many more according to every other branch. JLA University has MOU signed with IET and Department of Electrical Engineering. A student branch chapter of IEEE Power and Energy Society has been established within the Department of Electrical Engineering. So actually it is the quiz time. So let me provide you the link for the quiz, and this is the time for you to play the quiz. And who are watching live on Facebook can definitely get the link in the comment section, and the students or on the Zoom you will definitely get in the checkbox. Thank you. and we'll just be back in few minutes after attending the quiz because the session is not end yet. Guys, you are requested to attend the quiz. The link will be provided you within a second. And your certificates will be emailed to you within the next 24 hours. But remember, the session is not yet end yet. We have another session of just 10 to 15 minutes later, just after attending the quiz, and link will be provided shortly. Just wait a second. We are providing you the link. Just few seconds, please. Just be patient. The quiz link has been provided in the chat box, and we are giving you 5 minutes time, 5 to 10 minutes time to attend this quiz, and we'll be waiting for you here. Thank you. I'm again requesting you to attend the quiz because this quiz will be Vishal, just wait for 5 minutes more and then just continue to content.
Okay, sure, for sure.
I'm again reminding all students that a quiz is necessary. On the basis of quiz, you will be getting your certificates, the certificates of appreciation or certificate of participants. The attendance record will be maintained.
Okay, Anshika, you have any query? Why you have raised your hand?
Vishal, I think you should proceed with your content.
Okay, quiz has been ended yet or no?
Maximum students are here only, so we can proceed.
You can check the leaderboard that quiz has ended or not.
Quizzes. Yes, Vishal, you can proceed.
Okay, so again, my slide is visible. Aditya, my slide is visible or not?
Yes, your slide is visible.
Okay. Okay, so most of you know about these four names: Satya Nadella, Garrett Camp, Jeff Bezos, Narayanan Murthy. So who are they? From where they have come? Okay, so let me tell you about Satya Nadella, CEO of currently the CEO of Microsoft, Garrett Camp, co-founder of Uber Cabs, Jeff Bezos, founder and CEO of Amazon, and Narayan and Murthy, co-founder of Infosys. These four are the topmost companies of. Wait a second, who is annotating? Aditya, you can just switch off the annotation, please. Okay, I have disabled. ओके, तो हमें इन चारों कंपनी के बारे में पता है और हमें ये भी पता है कि ये चारों कौन है, बट हमने कभी ये जानने की कोशिश नहीं की कि इनका बैकग्राउंड क्या था। तो आपको ये बताने में मुझे बहुत खुशी होगी कि इन चारों का बैकग्राउंड एक्चुअली में इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग ही है। ये चारों इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग से ही है। एंड किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि सर हम क्या इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग से अपना बिजनेस कर सकते हैं, तो आपके पास सबसे बेस्ट एग्जांपल है जेफ बीजोस का है, नारायण एन मूर्ति का है, और बहुत सारे लोग हैं। आपने मिस्टर बीन का नाम सुना होगा। मिस्टर बीन, रोवन एटिंगसन उनका रियल नेम है। एक्चुअली वो भी एक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग ही है। उन्होंने अपनी बैचलर एंड मास्टर्स दोनों डिग्री इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग में ही परस्यू की है। तो जिसका भी ये सवाल था कि सर क्या हम इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग के बाद बिजनेस शुरू कर सकते हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल से उसको इसका जवाब काफी अच्छे तरीके से यहाँ पे मिल गया होगा कि इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर सिर्फ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड में ही काम नहीं कर सकते, मतलब पावर स्टेशन में या पावर ग्रिड में ही काम नहीं करते, वो और भी अलग जगह पे काम कर सकते हैं। सिर्फ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर नहीं, इंजीनियर ही एक ऐसा शब्द है जो कि हर जगह सूटेबल है, हर जगह सेट हो सकते हैं। इंजीनियर कुछ भी कर सकता है, बस वो डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकते क्योंकि उसके लिए बायोलॉजी चाहिए होती है। सो मूविंग टू आवर नेक्स्ट। सो एंड हाँ, किसी का एक क्वेश्चन ये भी था कि सर व्हाट अबाउट द रिसोर्सेज, कि अगर रिसोर्सेज खत्म हो जाएंगी तो क्या होगा। तो यू ऑल नो द कंसेप्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल विच वी ऑल कॉल ईवी। तो आपको ये जान के बहुत खुशी होगी कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने 2017 में ही कह दिया था कि हम बाय 2030 हम 100% इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स के यूज में जाएंगे। आप अभी देख सकते हैं कि इंडिया के पास बहुत ही कम ज्यादा स्टेक्स हैं, 4000 सिर्फ 800, बहुत ही कम है। ये एक तरीके से बहुत ही कम है जिस हिसाब से अभी है। बट इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने खुद से ही एक इनिशिएटिव लिया फॉसिल फ्यूल्स को बचाने के लिए और एक ई इन्वायरमेंट, जो एक ग्रीन इन्वायरमेंट की तरफ जाने के लिए हमें इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स के लिए उन्होंने खुद से ही कहा है कि बाय 2030 हम 100% इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स की तरफ ट्रांसफर हो जाएंगे। बट एज इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल, तो आप ये सोच रहे होंगे कि इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स के बेनिफिट क्या है, क्या इसका कंपैरिजन क्या है। तो लेट मी टेक यू देयर। तो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल वर्सेस गैसोलीन व्हीकल, तो सबसे पहला पॉइंट है मेरा, इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स कॉस्ट लेस देन गैस व्हीकल्स। आप खुद देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे जो एक मैंने एक डिफरेंट शो किया हुआ है कि जो एक एनुअल इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल का चार्ज है वो एक गैसोलीन व्हीकल से ऑलमोस्ट आधे से भी कम है। जहाँ पे हम सिर्फ $405 हम एक साल में यूज कर रहे हैं, ई व्हीकल में हमें गैसोलीन व्हीकल में $1152 यूज करने पड़ते हैं एक साल में। इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स से हमें ग्रीन इन्वायरमेंट हमें हमारा रहता है, उससे कोई इन्वायरमेंट को प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है। इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स आर द फ्यूचर ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। ये ऑब्वियसली मैं आपको बता चुका हूँ कि बाय 2030 हम लोग 100% इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स की तरफ जाने वाले हैं। और इनका मेंटेनेंस हमेशा से ही लो रहा है, इनको ज्यादा मेंटेनेंस की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है गैसोलीन व्हीकल्स की तरह। और ये क्वाइट होते हैं इनसाइड आउटसाइड, और इनका परफॉर्मेंस भी ऑलमोस्ट सेम होता है। हमें भी पता है गैसोलीन व्हीकल्स का परफॉर्मेंस ज्यादा होता है, वो हैवी लोड्स के लिए बनी है। इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स अभी तक हैवी लोड्स के लिए नहीं बनी है, लेकिन फिर भी उनका जो परफॉर्मेंस नॉर्मल यूसेज है, नॉर्मल आप कार की जगह आप इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल का भी अगर यूज करेंगे तो उसमें आपको कहीं पे भी कॉम्प्रोमाइजेशन नहीं करना पड़ेगा। और let's move on to our university. Actually, we all of you know that we are from GLA University and electrical department. So education is not only about the study which we do in classroom. It's always about what others activity, what extracurricular activity we do. सबको पता है कि आज के टाइम पे कंपनी सिर्फ उन बच्चों को नहीं लेके जाती है जो सिर्फ पढ़ने में तेज होते हैं, जो सिर्फ पढ़ाई करते हैं। कंपनीज एक ऑलराउंड परफॉर्मेंस चाहती है अपने एम्प्लॉय से। कोई भी कंपनी चाहेगी कि उसका एम्प्लॉय एक ऑलराउंड परफॉर्मेंस दे। तो उसके लिए हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में हम ऐसा नहीं है कि हम सिर्फ पढ़ाई पे ही फोकस करते हैं। हमारे पास बहुत सारे इवेंट्स होते हैं, एन नंबर ऑफ इवेंट्स होते हैं हमारे कॉलेज में। हमारे पास और वो ऐसा नहीं है कि इवेंट्स हमारे कहीं भी यूज नहीं आते। देयर आर n number of events and useful events in our university. और वो सारे यूजफुल इसलिए हैं क्योंकि उसमें कहीं ना कहीं हम टेक्नोलॉजी लेके आते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं हम एक स्टडी से रिलेटेड उससे हमेशा हम अपने स्टडी से रिलेट करने के लिए ही जानते हैं. This is a fun event, Flyesta, as you all know. And the next one is Skylight, which is already organized by the Department of Electrical Engineering. And next one is our Park International Conference. As you all, most of you don't know that in the month of February, Electrical Department of GLA University has successfully organized a international conference, which is Park. So this is in this you can say this conference is all about IoT applications in renewable energy and its control. So most of the students ask that, sir, what about fossil fuels, what about renewable energy? So we have discussed in this already in an international manner, not in just a nationwide. It was an international conference organized by IEEE, IET, Electrical Society, and IEEEs. And this is the Professor Brian Abaski, who has come all the way from Germany to deliver his speech. And our university also visits in various companies like Electrama. It's an what you say, a mela. It is actually a mela. It's an electrical mela. यहाँ पे बहुत सारी कंपनीज आई थी इलेक्ट्रिकल की, जो कि हर कॉलेज जाती है प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए, और ये अपने यहाँ पे शोकेस कर रहे थे कि ये किस में काम करती हैं. जिसमें से एक कंपनी थी श्नाइडर इलेक्ट्रिक. श्नाइडर इलेक्ट्रिक ने ऑलरेडी कहा हुआ है कि जो हमारा पासिंग बैच 2023 होगा उसमें ये कंपनी आने वाली है प्लेसमेंट के रिगार्डिंग. मतलब जो अभी हमारा बैच सेकेंड ईयर के लिए है उसमें ये कंपनी आने वाली है प्लेसमेंट के लिए. एंड वी हैव मैनी क्लब्स एंड सोसाइटीज इन आवर यूनिवर्सिटी. जैसे कि मैंने आपको पहले ही कहा कि एजुकेशन अब सिर्फ क्लासरूम तक सीमित नहीं रही है, उससे हम काफ़ी अलग लेवल पे अब एजुकेशन जा चुकी है. तो वी हैव द क्लब्स विच इज़ फॉर द फन साइड्स, एंड वी हैव द सोसाइटीज विच इज़ obviously a educational fun educational, you can say. It is always a fun and education in combined. So clubs, we have Ninad, Viti, Literario, Natraj, Drishti, Nature and Fine Arts Club. And societies, we have many societies like ESOC. It's an electrical society. Electrical society is all about electrical. Sorry, it's not all about electrical. We do many events, like always the fun events like I showed you. It's Skylight and Flesta, and technical events also are provided in this, like IoT applications, Arduino, PSpice, all of this. And next one is eCell, entrepreneurship cell. It's a startup launchpad. Most of you know it, most of you know. I don't know that you all know or not. It's a government startup launchpad in which the funding is provided by the government. Next one is ASMA. It's the American Society of Mechanical Engineering, and the other one is Abacus. So it's not always about clubs and societies. It's also about that how a college. It's all. It's not only club and societies that are provided in our university. Also, sports is always a great, always plays a great role in the university. So there are many sports we provide in our university. As you can see, basketball, cricket, volleyball, football. These are the most. These are just the 4 sports. Other than this, we have many sports like handball, table tennis, and lawn tennis also is there, and badminton. And these are our top recruiters. These are just core recruiters. As you can see that these companies come for only electrical engineer. There are few companies. It's not the actual and complete data. There are many more companies which come for electrical engineer. These are our main recruiters. And as you all know that core engineers have always a benefit of sitting in both the companies, in core or as well as in IT companies. We can sit in both the companies and assure our placement from both the sides. And this is the end of today's session. And I would like it to end with this note: once man magic is another man's engineering. Supernatural is a null word. I think this quote itself delivers many. So thank you. This is from my side. And if anyone has any question, you can just raise your hand or chat me on the chat box.
We are here for a few minutes. If you want to ask any question, then we assure you to answer your question and doubts. Just raise your hand and we will unmute you.
Yeah, as Sachin Goyal have said that in this lockdown period, we have successfully attended our class through online medium. There is no loss of our education in this lockdown period, or you can say where the whole most of the universities are just providing notes through WhatsApp. GLA University always provided us a live lecture, and it is very useful to us. Which engineering is best for girls? I don't know what.
Actually, it is based on your interest, not on the gender. If you talk about,
Engineering is not divided by gender actually.
of course, many people said that the CS is a desk job. That's why it is better for girls, but not it is so.
What
ये
about
दोनों के लिए अच्छा हो सकता है कि आपको इलेक्ट्रिकल में ही डेस्क जॉब मिल जाए, प्रोजेक्ट वगैरह पे ना जाना पड़े,
okay,
लेकिन
what
ये आपके
about
इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर डिपेंड है.
in GLA? Facing with I told it earlier, Pranjal, that our recruiters and placement is okay. So let me connect to the faculty. I think he can. Uh, Wait a minute. Sachin sir, would you like to tell him something about the placement?
Yeah, surely. Why not?
Yes, sir. I have unmuted you. You can just. Yes, sir.
I would like to add few points about the placements at GLA University that specifically towards the electrical engineering department. The electrical engineering department have a good opportunity offered to our student that the students have an option to either join a core company or a IT company or both. Like I shared a picture yesterday that one of our student got a job in Cape Gemini as well as in a Tata Consultancy Engineering, and the both of the packages are plus 5 lakh, and 5 lakh plus packages are there. Both of these companies offered a 5 plus lakh package. So in terms of placement, I can clearly say and I feel proud that around 75% of our students are getting a job in a core company. More of them are inclined toward the core companies because IT sector is just like a second priority for them. First priority for an electrical engineer always is the core company. So TC is there, Voltas is there, Kirloskar is there, Tata's is there, Samsung is there, Havells, Bajaj Electricals, Sharma Fabricators, and there are many other companies out there which regularly coming to the GLA campus for the recruitment of electrical engineers. And they all are the premium companies. Apart from that, around 60 companies specifically for the electrical engineering students always come to the GLA University. This year also, the highest package was 7 lakh plus offered to two of his students. And the last year, the highest package was 12 lakh plus. So this is all about, I can put forward about the placements. And further information can be acquired from the placement department data available on the GLA University tab. So you can go through the university website and come to know about the rest of the information about placements.
the students who are asking at what is the average placement and CSC placements regarding that, you can visit the GLA website and definitely know that what is the placement record, and you can contact to our numbers for the further information. Thank you. Any further questions regarding to technology or anything else, or only placements?
About CSC placement. Yeah, CSC, we have a good placement in CSC, but it's a bulk placement, as I need to mention that it is always a bulk placement in CSC. So I hope you understand what a bulk placement is called.
बट मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा, अगर टैलेंट है आप में, आपको कुछ ज़्यादा ही इंटरेस्ट है किसी चीज़ में, तो ऑफकोर्स आप एक हाई पैकेज किसी भी कॉलेज में रह के निकाल सकते हैं। और स्पेशली जब आप जीएलए में होते हैं, जब आपको एक एक्सपोजर मिलता है जीएलए की तरफ से, आपको इन कैंपस, ऑफ कैंपस एंड स्पेशली इन कैंपस, जहाँ कंपनीज आती हैं, आपको कम्पीट करना पड़ता है अपने टैलेंट के बेसिस पे। ऑफकोर्स वो कि CS मैटर नहीं करता कि आप कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियर हैं कि इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर हैं। अगर आप कंप्यूटर साइंस में इंटरेस्टेड हैं तो डेफिनेटली आप कंप्यूटर साइंस के बिग कंपनी में जा सकते हैं, अगर आप में टैलेंट है तो। अगर आप
Okay, so Pranjal, you have a question. What type of advantages? So I would like to know what specifically you want to know about advantages. Which type of advantages you are asking that about faculty. So if you are asking about the faculty, so no doubt electrical faculty is the best faculty in GLA university, as from my point of view, because the qualification of those faculty members are far beyond. And if you have any other specific point that in what type of advantage you are seeking, so you can just message me. Yeah, sure, sir. Wait a second. Sir, I am unmuting. Yes, sir, you are unmuted.
Hi, Pranjal. I would like to inform you that what is the advantage of doing electrical engineering BTech from GLA University. The good part of the electrical engineering department is that it is one of the youngest department. Majority of the faculty members are young, and you can say that around 60% of our faculty members are having a degree of PhD. They are of the age of 35 years or 40 years. They have completed their graduations or doctorate from the IITs and NITs. Even I did my MTech from NIT, and majority of colleagues are having an experience of more than 10 years. So a good number of faculty members have a vast experience in all the domains of engineering, whether it is a control engineering, which is mine, or the power engineering, or the electronics and communication engineering. So these faculty members are readily available and have a contact in their studies. They have the contact about the latest engineering trends. So our faculty members are taking the students in the live projects given by the DST, Department of Science and Technologies, the live projects given by the various industries. So there's a Skylark companies there, which is running a project in GLA University. There is a Simpa Energy company whose projects we are doing on. And there are many other, like Rockwell is there, like ETAP is there, like PSM is there, MATLAB is there, PSpice is there, CAD is there. These are some of the software. They are costing around 1 crore. They are available in the department for the handful experience available to our students. So we can say that in terms of placement, that is the last thing for our students they have to worry about. The first thing they have to acquire the skills. The first thing they have to acquire the knowledge. First thing they have to acquire the hands-on experience on the technologies that are going to be available in the industry. So when they goes to the industry, when they go for the interview, they must have an idea that what the interviewer going to ask. They can mold their interview process according to their own, because they do know that what the interviewer going to ask to them. So that is the best advantage to the students of GLA, that apart from studies, we get ready our students for the placement activities also. And I'm happy to share with you that for that purpose, a specific program known as immersion program is going to be started by tomorrow, that is 1st of June. I think Vishal and Aditya can elaborate further on this immersion program, that our third year students are going to join a 1 month long or 40 days long immersion program starting from tomorrow, that even online, that even online.
Okay,
So
so
they can get ready for the placement activities going to be started in the month of September.
एक्चुअली जीएलए आपको प्रिपेयर करती है, जो हमारे फाइनल ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, ऑफ कोर्स जो हमारे जो थर्ड ईयर में इस टाइम प्रमोट किए गए हैं, आप जानते हैं इस टाइम कोरोना का टाइम चल रहा है, कोरोना वायरस का, तो ऑफ कोर्स उन्हें एक कंडीशन बेस्ड पे प्रमोट किया गया है, बट एक्चुअली उन्हें कंसिडर किया जा रहा है कि अब वो एक फाइनल ईयर में है, तो उनकी इमर्जन क्लासेस उन्हें शेड्यूल की गई हैं, जिसमें उन्हें प्रॉपर्ली ट्रेन किया जाता है कि हाउ टू सिट इन एन इंटरव्यू, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द रिटन टेस्ट, फॉर द रिटन टेस्ट बिफोर द इंटरव्यू प्रॉपर्ली उन्हें ट्रेन किया जाता है, भले से वो टेक्निकल स्किल्स हो, वो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स हो. सॉफ्ट स्किल्स एक्चुअली दी बेसिक मैथ्स विच वी यूज्ड फॉर द लॉजिकल रीजनिंग एंड एक्सेट्रा. एंड उन्हें टेक्निकली भी ट्रेन किया जाता है कि वो टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स दे सकते हैं इंटरव्यू में, एंड दैट्स ऑल.
Anybody else who wants to ask anything?
Sir, I think Pranjal has already asked a question. What is the extra practical advantage in electrical engineering in GLA?
Extra practical advantage is that, as I mentioned, that we are the first organization in this region that started the working on virtual laboratories.
Yes.
I must give you an idea what is a virtual laboratory means. Just like you must have performed experience in experiments in your chemistry lab, that you have to add this much amount of chemical with this much amount of chemical and then heat up and all these things. So like it's just a fun activity. Everything is there on computer, everything is there on your mobile. You have to add this, you have to add this, you have to connect this, and you will perform the experiment. So we generally perform a laboratory called as electrical machines. There are many electrical machines. आप लोगों ने शायद अपने उसमें 11th 12th में पढ़ा होगा, transformers, DC motors and all these things, dynamo, alternator, all these things. So now we have to perform a good number of experiments on them. So what we have done, we have virtually created their image. We are connecting the electrical circuit diagram, and then we are changing their parameters like their voltage, their current, their resistance, all these things, and then performs the experiment in a virtual manner. So this is what an initiative taken by the department. It is just one example. And another example, that our students can get connected to the live projects sponsored by the industries. Industry pupils have given us a good number of projects, and our students are working on that. So laboratories are always available there. Practical knowledge is always available there, and holds a ratio of 50 to 50. Means you have to be there in the laboratory around half of the time, and half of the time you have to be there in the classrooms. That is from my side. If you have any further question, you can call me, and we can share few of the flyers about this. We can share few of the other information related to this.
Any further questions from anyone?
Okay. So anyone have any question regarding this or anything? Just raise your hand if you're not able to type it as fast. So you can just raise your hand. Okay, so Aditya, what we have to do now?
Just now I'd like to end the session because there are no further questions. I
Okay,
would
so
like
thank you all of you, and be safe at your home wherever you are. Just be safe.
your certificates will be emailed to you in the next 24 hours. So thank you and
Thank you for
bye.
joining us. Thank you so much.